Really. This is Miss Mulder. My class didn't get to finish Home of the Brave, so I thought just as an option. Sometimes we just need. I remember I took a class in college, and our teacher would just read aloud to us, and I thought that was so soothing and so cool. So really today I want to look at reading aloud and just thinking about what we're reading and really thinking about what's important, what am I learning. So where we stopped off was Cows and Cookies. We stopped off maybe a little bit before part 3. So far we know that Keck is in the United States. He's a refugee. He lives with his aunt and his cousin Ganwar. Ganwar does not have an arm. He lost it to, some sort of violence in his country, in their village. And Keck does not know where his mother is, but he does know that his father and his brother were killed. So where we're leaving off is he's found this cow, and Keck was he was really good with cows back in his village, okay? So he found this cow when he was on a farm, and Lou is the owner of the farm and the cow, okay? So we'll start right back up where we left off, and the good thing about this is you can't see me crying. All right, here we go. So where we left off, Lou laughs. Now tell me, Keck, how do you come by your knowledge of cows? Lou is the owner of the farm and the cow. Cows and cookies. Of course I want to answer, but I know it's important to eat all the cookies first, so that Lou won't be offended. Hannah helps. Hannah is Keck's friend, and she is in foster care. See, Keck just got here from Africa. He's staying with his aunt and his cousin, and he accidentally put her dishes in the washing machine. And now he needs some money to buy new ones. And since in Africa his family had lots of cattle, he thought maybe you could use some help. She pauses to take a bite of cookie. And now she can't talk either. Lou says. She goes to the cold, tall box to get some milk. I love how Keck describes things from his perspective. He considers a refrigerator a cold, tall box. I'm a little sad to see that the milk is not the chocolate cow kind. She pours the milk into glasses and watches while we drink. My husband's family came here from Norway, Lou says, and my great-great-grandfather came to the U.S. on a boat from Ireland. She pours herself a glass of milk. But Africa, wow. How are you handling winter? I want to pause here for a moment. This author, Katherine Applegate, the author, made a choice to have Keck come to his new home in the winter. She could have chosen any other time, but she chose for Keck to come to the United States in Minnesota in the winter. So when we think about authors' choices, we're really trying to think about why Katherine Applegate would choose the winter. What could that mean? And I'm wondering if she chose for it to be because winter is harsh, and so is Keck's reality right now. The cold hurts, I answer, but the snowballs are good. Lou smiles. So I'm wondering right here, if we're thinking of winter as a symbol, I'm wondering if this cold hurting, I wonder if Keck is hurting in other ways than just this cold of winter. Because if we're considering winter as a symbol for something, for the harsh reality that Keck has to face, it might also be a symbol for that hurt. Lou smiles. So tell me why you think my cow is unhappy. It isn't because you don't care for her, I say quickly. Not as well as I should, Lou says. My husband died last year, and with my achy old bones, I'm having a hard time keeping up. She picks up a cookie, but doesn't eat it. I may have to sell the place soon. I had an offer, a good offer, and I have a lot of hospital bills to pay off. I don't know. We'll see. We're all quiet for a moment. If Lou got rid of that farm, I don't know. So, Lou says at last, what is it you think an old cow is in need of? She needs to be brushed and fed the finest hay. And without other cattle, she's lonely, I answer. She needs someone to talk to her. In my old home, they would laugh at me. But when I talked to the cattle, they would grow calm and easy to herd. I wait. Maybe my words are broken like my aunt's dishes. That's some beautiful figurative language. His words are broken like his aunt's dishes. So he's trying to say that his English isn't very fluid or fluent. Chips and shards that will not make a whole. Maybe this Lou will think I am a moron boy. Have another cookie, Keck, says Lou. Another thing I want to notice is that he's always talking about his old home. There's been a lot of comparison to America and to Africa, and how Keck is always kind of comparing the two. So right now I want us to stop, and I want us to think about this small little poem that I read, The Cows and Cookies. And I want us to think about what's really important in this chapter. What are we learning? What's important? What seems important? And I'm going to throw it out there. You can talk to your stuffed animal, you can talk to your dog, you can talk to your mom, you can talk to your dad, you can talk to whoever. In this particular chapter, I'm really finding that symbol of winter being important again. And I'm also wondering about her having to sell the place. I'm wondering if something's going to happen with that, or if it's just something that the author is peppering in there for some possible foreshadowing. So before we begin our next chapter, I want you guys to sound off in the Google Doc that I'll attach. What do you think is important in this chapter? Thanks for joining me, reader.